Yellow. I want to show you a little cool trick that you can always imitate, or not imitate, or do a trick, as an easy trick that can make you sound like Yngwie, or something that he makes use of a lot. He obviously has it from Bach and Beethoven and stuff like that. But it's a trick that is easy to incorporate into your soloing, so that you can always get this neoclassical Yngwie kind of sound. What I just did right here was that I make use of the first, the tonic, the first arpeggio of the harmonic minor, and then I go to the seventh, which is then the diminished scale, and those fit into the same scale, so you are sure to not goof off, and you can still get this sound. So, for example, here in the first position, in the top of the first position, I mean, I play these 3-note string patterns, and they kind of become slanted to the side. So from the top here of this one, I get this diminished arpeggio, and then I go into the seventh position. Here I find the minor, and now there's a chance that you get confused, and that is very understandable. And the reason for this is that you shouldn't necessarily see the positions as the theoretical steps of where we are regarding to the scales. And because since we are slanted, I mean, if I play the first position here of the harmonic minor from the B, I get the B minor arpeggio. But since the scales move like they do, because we play 3-note string, we end in another step. You can see now I'm on E with my pinky, and my index finger is on C sharp, and from here I get the diminished, and from there I can go into the seventh. So the seventh, even though that is actually diminished, so even though the first note, or the deepest note from the seventh position, is diminished, when I end up here, my fingering fits into the minor. Good. So now that you know this, you can play up to the top here of the first one, and you can play a diminished, and then you go into the one whole note after that. You can go into the minor step, the first minor step. That is just the second inversion. To the third down here. So then this is the sure way to improvise, to even improvise with the sound like this. So if you play to the top, the first you'll get the diminished, and then from here you know you can go into the next note in the scale, which is then the second position. Of the harmonic minor scale. And if this all sounds very confusing, I'll give you a little what is that called? A chart, so where you can see it on. You can download it onto the video here. But this is just what I'm saying is here that once you get the scale patterns down, you can make use of these arpeggios when you combine the scale patterns with the arpeggios. So in the second position of the scale, we get a minor, and then from the first we get the diminished. Then for the seventh we get the minor, and from the seventh sorry, the sixth, then we get the diminished. And then we get this one. Is kind of a weird thing because it's the fourth, so it's a combination of several different positions. But you can see from the A string, it becomes the fifth here. So what you can do from this is, what you can take away from this is that you can take the top of the harmonic minor scale patterns, in this case the seventh, the first, and the second, and you can play these two different arpeggios, the three inversions of the minor, and then the single inversion which there is from the diminished. And the reason I say is that because the diminished is the same where you play. You can repeat it to every minor step. So here, no, we're in B. Sorry. And you've heard that sound a million times. And the only thing I do is I play my inversions. The minor inversions, and then in between that I make use of the diminished arpeggios. That is just fits in between there, a minor third from the root note, of course. So that's a very nice little improvising tool that can make you sound very neoclassical, kind of Yngwie. This is something that he makes use of all the time. I'm Yngwie, and I'll see you real soon. And remember to download, if you want the chart for this, you can download onto the video.